Okay, so this is ending this segment that we've been talking about where basically making the more connections you have, the better it is for your business, especially starting out, because the earlier you start, the easier it is as you start to excel. And so I've been touching on the fact that vendors can save you money, which they can, of course, but vendors also can help you learn. And I think that is something we'll across a little bit later. I think it's the next video that's going to be put out tomorrow, or one that's going to be put up in next week. I'm really not sure. But that is something that also comes with the money. So even in that, you're learning how branching out can bring you more dollars. Because if you're on the search for people and seeing how you can serve more people, then that, it makes it a lot easier for you to gain the dollar afterwards. So let's just say you compare two different people. Let's just say they're two wholesalers. One wholesaler is focused on the amount of volume of marketing they're putting out, and they spend about $2,000 in marketing and campaigning and everything, and they're, that part of their business is automated. They'll get some leads. They'll definitely get, usually when you do campaigns like that, you can expect 10 to 20% on a good campaign. But if you have somebody who goes out and they casually, they go into different law offices, they go into different hospitals, they go to different nursing homes, anything like that, and they're just talking to people, networking, letting them know that they can provide them a service. I can buy your house, or I can connect you with someone else who can buy it with actual cash, and they're just building their network every day. Well, they're spending absolutely $0 in marketing, and they're making a 100% ROI on their marketing because they're just using word of mouth. And you can also do the exact same thing on social media. You join different groups and you contact different people who might be in particular situations, like in a nursing home. Somebody might know a relative who just passed away. That relative may have a house that is going up for sale, or the people who inherited it, they don't know what to do with it, so they might want to sell it to you. Different things like that. People in the hospital, they might be so injured to where they won't be able to recover and the family can't pay their hospital bills. But if they sell their house, then they'll be able to pay for the hospital bills and hopefully put them in a nursing home or move them in with another member of the family. Just different things like that. People, you can't direct mail that. You can't direct mail a hospital and get in touch with the patient before the passing away even happens or before the injury becomes worse than it is. You can't help people after the fact a lot of times. Some of us have to get to the people before, the tragedy happens. Like pre-foreclosures, of course, that was the thing a while ago, but nowadays it's kind of hard because that market is so it's so clustered with so many people. What's it called? There's another word for it, but I forgot it. But anyway, people would just go into foreclosure, and investors would just buy the properties from the bank. And that's fine, but then that started to get saturated. Saturated, yes. So then people started to get to the homeowners earlier in pre-foreclosure, and investors started to saturate that market as well. So what market is not saturated? Before the problem even occurs, before the issue gets worse than what it can be, and super distressed before, all that. Because when you're constantly networking and getting to know people who might be in that type of situation, then, or can send you leads of people who are in that type of situation, like the nurses of the hospitals and whatnot, then you're building that network. So anytime they come across a patient who, I'm just using the hospital and nurses for an example. Anytime they come across a patient and they know you and they know the services you can offer, they can offer the family help. So it won't even seem like she's trying to make money off of them. She's actually just keeping you in the mind, and it's like, oh, yeah, didn't that person come and say that they can buy their house for cash if they need to, if any of the patients need it to be done quickly for an emergency or something like that? I remember that person. Let me hand them their business cards. And it's like that. Instead of, it doesn't sound like you're trying to be a salesman. It's like, hi, I'm Super Joe, and I'll buy houses fast for cash, like you see on the bandit sign. Like it's not coming across any sleazy type way. It's all 100% natural, and everyone feels it's like a safer type of networking, because then you'll get qualified leads. You barely have to do any research on the property versus, driving for dollars where you have to do all this research and dig people up and stuff like that. Oh, and also cold calling lists. Those could typically be a struggle to try to, it's like you already have a specific group of people that you have on this list, and a lot of those people will go to waste. But when you're doing word-of-mouth networking and marketing, nothing goes to waste. All that happens is you connect with as many people as possible to ensure them that they can provide a service that will either be of use to them or someone close to them, and it'll be in direct contact with them too, because you're giving them a referral fee. So you're just basically creating a larger network of bird dogs, which is how vendors can save you money in that specific way. Okay, let me see this right here. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Did anyone have any questions? I think it was just him on this call if there wasn't any more people.
Hi, Tiara, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I didn't have a specific question, but I didn't have any specific question. Hello?
I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing you. I switched my connection to a different connection, and I'm using my data now instead of using my Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little bit clearer.
Okay. I said I didn't have a specific question, but I'd just like to make another comment. I know that I've been a part of your program now for approximately 3 months, and I learned a lot from listening to you and asking questions. I'm not afraid now to make cold calls. I've been out networking and passing out business cards and letting people know what I do and how I can help them. I have collected over 150 different business cards from investors, from bankers, from other wholesalers by attending different RIA meetings. So I would just like to say thank you for pushing me, and I'm out trying to make it happen now.
That is really awesome. I really appreciate you telling me that. We all need somebody to keep us accountable, and I'm just glad I could provide that type of value to you, your business, and all of your endeavors in real estate investing. I really appreciate you sharing that with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, well, I think since you were the only person on the call, that was it. But I appreciate you coming on, and I'll talk to you next week on the next live stream.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
No problem. Bye-bye.